Right now at 6, a potentially historic winter storm. Our weather team's latest forecast.
Plus, closures, delays, and possible power outages. What emergency personnel say you can do to prepare for the winter weather.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozorowski. We start with the weather and a rough stretch this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Before this weekend's storm even arrives, strong winds already hit the area. Meteorologist Nicole Skaliski breaks down what's coming. A lot's still up in the air, Nicole.
Yes, there's still a lot of time to change. We've already even seen a lot of change in the forecast in just about the last 12 hours, and that's likely still going to be the trend as we go into the next around 24 to 36 hours before we start to see some of the snow moving in. We saw a taste of what we're going to see this weekend today, not in the form of snow, but in the wind speeds. Today's highest wind gusts in La Crosse, 55 miles per hour, 48 miles per hour is the highest wind gust in Eau Claire, although we usually see the strongest winds in southeastern Minnesota, and that was the case today. 69 mile per hour wind gusts in Rochester, very windy out there. Thankfully now as we go into the rest of the evening, we're really seeing those winds die down. Right now in La Crosse, still seeing winds fairly breezy, but they're going to continue to lighten up as we go into the evening hours, and temperatures will be staying steadily in the low 30s. Same goes for Eau Claire as well, still a little bit breezy for the next hour or so, but those winds really become pretty calm as we go into the overnight period. Become pretty breezy already as we head into tomorrow afternoon and especially into Sunday. While this snow is falling on the ground, we could see whiteout conditions for multiple locations in the area, and even now the chance for some significant ice accumulations for folks further to the south. So a lot to dive into, but I'll have the details in a little bit.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Nicole. And with that winter weather flying in, emergency teams are encouraging you to just stay put.
But what do you do if that's not an option? News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the answer.
The National Weather Service says the storm could be historic. Emergency coordinators are urging people to stay home and plan ahead.
The best thing people can do now is take a few minutes to prepare. Small steps ahead of time can make a big difference in staying safe during a storm like this.
The weather could lead to dangerous road conditions.
Slow down and give yourself a lot of extra time on the road, and make sure that you're not traveling during the worst of the storm. So the safest option is really to stay home if you can.
Drivers should make sure they have emergency supplies on hand, including flashlights, a first aid kit, and warm clothes.
If this is a big storm like they're predicting and we're unable to maybe get assistance from surrounding counties because they're also taking care of their own, it's very important for people to be prepared at the individual and household levels.
Residents should make sure they have emergency supplies at home, as heavy snow could lead to power outages.
Make sure that your phones are all, charged and ready to go. Bottled water, non-perishable food, your first aid kit.
Ouellette says Xcel Energy is prepared to respond to outages, but wants people to know that there could be delays.
When you're battling those types of elements, it can take longer for crews to get to where they need to be because, roads could be covered, dangerous to travel on.
La Crosse County residents can sign up for Smart 911 alerts to receive updates about severe weather and road closures. We'll have the link to that on our website. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Snow emergencies have been declared across the region, including La Crosse and Altoona. So that means alternate side parking is in effect through Tuesday morning in La Crosse and Onalaska. Vehicles must park on the side matching the day's date between midnight and 6 p.m. to make room for the plows.
The Lansing Ferry service still closed due to the weather. It closed last night due to windy conditions. Updates on the ferry can be seen on news8000.com.
And a reminder, you can always track weather on your block by downloading our First Warn weather app.
A News 8 follow-up. La Crosse police now believe yesterday's Northside shooting was an attempted murder-suicide. It happened in the 1800 block of Onalaska Avenue. First responders found a victim with gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital. Police then finding the suspect inside the home with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Congressman Derek Van Orden and U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy in Sparta today. They're celebrating an $8.4 million community project secured in a federal funding project that was sponsored by the congressman. The goal is to improve safety and freight movement on critical roadways across Monroe County.
I think we have to focus on the deliverable. You need more roads and bridges, not just in Monroe County, but around this state, but around the country. That's what we need, and that's what we're focused on in Washington.
Tonight at 10, my exclusive interview with Congressman Van Orden and Secretary Duffy.
A life-size pilgrimage of Our Lady of Guadalupe making a stop in La Crosse. The statue, known as Madre Peregrina, is touring the world. It's part of a global pilgrimage tour leading up to the 500th anniversary of Guadalupe apparitions. Today's mass drawing people from across western Wisconsin.
A Toma veteran is at the Paralympics in Italy competing in wheelchair curling. Dan Rose was paralyzed from the chest down after his truck was hit by an IED in Afghanistan in 2010. He picked up adaptive sports after his injury and earned a spot on the U.S. national wheelchair curling team in 2021.
My injury, it was I feel like the biggest thing to deal with was like sort of like the loss of identity. Like I thought I was just going to be, sit on the sidelines for the rest of my life after I was told I would never walk again. To realizing that there was still a lot left out there that I could do.
Rose and Team USA finished 5th in wheelchair curling at the Paralympics.
The La Crosse Symphony Orchestra announcing this year's conductor wannabes. 7 teams will compete this year, all with a nonprofit of their choosing. The money raised in the contest will be split between the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra and their nonprofit. The winner with the most money raised will make their conducting debut with the orchestra on May 2nd. Starting Monday, you can hear from each conductor wannabe right here on News 8 Now.
Still to come tonight, Chicago's O'Hare Airport losing a major airline carrier. The Southwest announcement that will affect future flights.
And dashcam video shows an officer hanging from a speeding tow truck. The Milwaukee chase that turned deadly.
Monday on News 8 Now this morning, colorectal cancer is on the rise in young adults. A local doctor joins us with the warning signs. Plus, Art has got a look at your weekday forecast after a weekend of winter weather.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. When you're looking for new appliances, Menards is the place to shop. You'll find an excellent selection, the best prices, and top brands ready to take home today. Whether it's for a laundry room or kitchen, big or small, you'll be sure to find an appliance that fits your lifestyle. Right now, pick up this Criterion stainless steel dishwasher at a value of $379.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality FlexSteel furniture than right now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. You'll save on sofas made in the latest styles, chairs in your choice of fabrics, sectionals designed to fit your space, even luxurious leather sofas and recliners. Every FlexSteel style is included a huge savings of up to 40% off. Unlimited choices, big sale prices, and special financing happening now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
We're roasting 500,000 pounds of coffee a year, and we employ 85 people. But these tariffs are crushing us. And you're looking at $100,000 in tariffs right here. That's on top of all of our other supplies getting more expensive. We've had no choice but to raise prices. Congressman Derek Van Orden voted to support the tariffs, and he called them a success. It doesn't feel like success to me. All I see are higher prices. We need to tell Derek Van Orden, stop raising our costs.
Southwest Airlines announces it will stop flying out of Chicago's O'Hare Airport in June. Last day of service will be June 3rd, with all flights ending after that date. The airline says it will continue service at Chicago's Midway Airport. Customers with tickets after June 4th for O'Hare are eligible for full refunds. A Wisconsin police officer is on administrative leave as officials investigate a fatal incident.
Yeah, a tow truck driver in the Milwaukee area tried speeding off while a police officer was hanging onto the vehicle. Dua Israr reports.
There is a time and place when you have a disagreement with law enforcement to be able to have your day in court The court is not on these streets.
Dash cam video shows a tow truck speeding down 14th and Rogers. Hanging on to the truck, a Milwaukee police officer.
The tow truck was going very fast, and the squad guard was putting the lights on and slowing down a little bit just in case anyone passed the stop, and then he went after it.
Milwaukee police say it started around West Burnham and South 12th Street.
It was very shocking and surprising.
According to police, an officer approached the driver of this tow truck, 35-year-old Jonathan Otto, and ordered him to get out of the vehicle for a parole violation.
The suspect immediately started the vehicle and suddenly drove off at a high rate of speed while the officer was clinging to the suspect and the driver's side window.
Police say the officer told Otto if he didn't pull over, the officer would shoot him, but Otto refused and kept driving.
The officer discharged his firearm, subsequently striking the suspect and finally stopping the truck.
Otto was shot and killed near 15th and Grant. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman says it didn't have to end this way.
This was a totally avoidable incident.
Meantime, authorities identifying the man who rammed his vehicle into a Michigan synagogue yesterday. The suspect, Iman Mohammed Ghazali, drove through the front doors in a vehicle packed with explosives. Ghazali, a Lebanese-born U.S. citizen, was killed by security guards. No members of the congregation were hurt. The FBI conducted active shooter training at the temple 6 weeks ago. They're now warning of increased targeting against synagogues across the country due to the conflict in Iran.
Yesterday in Virginia, a former National Guard soldier opening fire in an ROTC class at Old Dominion University. Police say the instructor, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, was killed before cadets subdued the shooter and killed him. The suspect has been identified as Mohammed Jallo. He previously served time in prison for supporting ISIS in 2016.
We will have more news ahead.
But first,
we have significant impacts on the way ahead of the historic winter storm this weekend. I'll have a full breakdown of your forecast coming up right after the break.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. King has a huge selection to choose from at every price range. We'll even deliver your new mattress and haul away the old one for free. Take time to find the exact mattress you want because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while. Head into King Furniture today.
Here's your food.
Thank you.
Hey, your food's right here. Have a nice day.
Thanks, you too.
Food's here.
Food's here.
Finally. Best pizza.
Food's here. We're here. Quick Trip.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Shopping for your next car or truck? Get more with Maury's. More trust, more value with Maury's More Care program, which includes complimentary first year of maintenance on new vehicles and complimentary powertrain warranty on pre-owned vehicles. Get more with Maury's.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
We have a very active weekend ahead of us with alert day conditions starting as soon as tomorrow evening. Most of tomorrow, going to be in the clear. So if you have to get any last minute preparations done or just want to get out of the house one last second, tomorrow still have time ahead of the storm until we get into the evening hours. We don't really start to see the flurries move in until late tomorrow afternoon, if not really later into the evening hours. And it starts as a very narrow band until it moves further to the north as we head into the evening and into the overnight period. Then it really expands and it stays right over this area in northern Wisconsin for almost the entirety of the time the storm is over the area. So that's still where we're going to be expecting the heaviest snow totals, because it's going to be snowing there the entirety of the time, especially for areas really along US Highway 10 and further to the north. Areas further south could even be staying mostly dry throughout Saturday night, although we do start to see a little bit of uncertainty enter into the forecast, and that's really in the line where we go from potentially sleet to snow. Also in that sleet is going to be the chance for freezing rain. So a lot of that pink is going to be a wintry mix with freezing drizzle mixed in with that. As we go into Sunday morning, though, still going to see a continuous snow for areas north of Highway 10, but that ice line starts to move a little bit further to the south. So really areas along I-90 and further to the south could see some ice accumulations ahead of the snowfall, although the snow moves in pretty quickly after that. By Sunday afternoon, everyone will be seeing snow, widespread snow, finally spreading across the area, and that lasts all the way through Sunday night into early Monday morning. So not everyone will see snow 100% of the time, and that's really where we're going to be seeing the differences in the snow totals. You'll notice, of course, where it's snowing through this entirety of the event in this light purple, that's where we're expecting the potential for over a foot of snowfall, even over 18 inches of snowfall possible, especially for areas north of Eau Claire. Once we get south of, again, US Highway 10, that really seems to be the cutoff. Then we start to see a little bit higher spread in the snow totals. Darker blue looking at 6 to 12 inches with 5 to 10 inches further to the south. Really in those areas, especially south of this red line, is where we're still seeing very low confidence in the snow totals because of that chance for the ice accumulation and the fact that we're not going to be seeing snow nearly as long. The confidence in the snow totals greatly reduced for anyone south of here. What that means is that there's still a lot of room for change in this forecast. That means if you're further to the south, what you see tonight on the forecast could be vastly different from what you see as early as tomorrow morning. And that means we just need to be staying updated with that most recent forecast, especially since this could still be a significant snow for everyone in the area. So to give the most important information on the timeline, Saturday night, we start to see some of those flurries moving in areas north of, again, US 10 and especially north of I-90 seeing snow the entire time, although everyone else could either be dry or even see some freezing drizzle. Then by Sunday afternoon, we're still seeing that snow staying further to the north with that freezing rain risk further to the south. Again, the chance for some ice accumulations, maybe not so much on the roads, but on tree branches and power lines, definitely a possibility. And the wind really starts to kick up where we're seeing that snow all day long. We could see whiteout conditions, possibly blizzard conditions through much of the afternoon, meaning that's going to be the most dangerous time to be on the roads. By Sunday night, the heaviest snow really starts to taper off, but it becomes more widespread. Everyone sees snow by Sunday night. Still going to be strong winds through much of the night as well, but we're not going to see nearly as high snow rates. So the highest confidence that we have out of the entire forecast is that folks further to the north are expecting heavy snow totals throughout the entirety of the weekend. Because of that, you're going to see the dangerous travel conditions. You do not want to be on the roads while that snow is falling down between Saturday night into Sunday afternoon, even into Sunday evening. And of course, still a lot of time for this forecast to change around. It's already drastically different from what it was saying this time yesterday, especially for folks further to the south with that freezing rain risk. Also a concern is the fact that it gets a little bit chilly after this, getting back into the sub-zeros for the morning temperatures going into Tuesday morning, and still a little bit breezy during that too, so the wind chills are going to be coming back around.
We got a difficult few days ahead.
We sure do.
All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, clashing in Chicago. The Badgers look to advance in the Big Ten tournament, plus the Oliva Strom Cardinals take the stage in Green Bay. Cade is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Even getting out of bed is a struggle.
Sounds like you're dealing with a lot of pressure.
And pain. Ugh, it's ruining my sleep.
Well, it's a good thing you came to Slumberland. As your sleep counselor, I'll help you find the best mattress to relieve those aches and pains. Try this Tempur-Pro Adapt. The all-night adaptive support and unparalleled pressure relief will help you get the deep, undisturbed sleep you deserve.
Oh, I think getting out of this bed is gonna be a struggle.
I hear ya. Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for Classical Magic on March 14th, sponsored by O'Flaherty Law and Gillette Pepsi Company at lacrossesymphony.org.
That to-do list isn't going to do itself. That's where the 2026 Motor Trend Truck of the Year Ford Maverick comes in. Agile, nimble, equipped for wherever you go, and capable of taking what you need. Ford Maverick, turning a to-do list into a to-done list. Now get $2,500 bonus cash on a new Ford Maverick. See your local Northland Ford dealers today.
Thinking of updating my kitchen?
Yeah?
Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall counter?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Girls basketball has taken over Green Bay for the state basketball tournament. We've got one area team still alive as the Oliva Strom Cardinals took center stage. News 8 Sports Director Jacob Lenzendorf is at the Resch Center and has the report.
Well, the saying is the early bird gets the worm, and the Oliva Strom Cardinals were hoping that worm was the program's first ever win at the state tournament for girls basketball. Cardinals taking on Fall River in the Division 5 semifinals in the first game of the day. Oliva Strom coming in as the top seed in the division, taking on the Pirates, who were the 4 seed. And it was a slow start out of the gates for both sides, but then Avery Glens starts to take over. She gets the and one there, and then the junior slicing her way to the cup, and she gets the layup to go. She had 14 points at the half. Then it's Eliza Kulig getting in on the fun as she drills the triple from the wing. Cards up 13 at the break. And they'd build momentum in the second half as well with a balanced scoring attack as Medea Brown connects from downtown. Then Avea Zwiefelhofer gets a good look at the rim and finishes through contact for the and one. A little later, Avery Spangberg with the bucket, becoming the 5th girl for ES to hit double figures for the game as she converts the layup. And the Cardinals will play in their first state championship game in program history as they win 70-54 over Fall River.
I think at the start, we were all kind of nervous. It was a new stadium, just a new amount of pressure. So once we got into the flow of the game, just settled down and just handled the ball like we usually did, it all fell into place for us.
Winning this game, the best part means we get to play again tomorrow. So, and the fact that we get to come together, and because this season is going to end, and it's going to end tomorrow. And, we'll see how it ends, but I just like the fact that we get to stay together one more day.
So ES moves to 30-0 on the season, and they'll look to keep that blemish-free record alive tomorrow in the Division 5 state title game against Pacelli, with that one starting at 11:05. From Green Bay, Jacob Lenzendorf, News 8 Now Sports.
We had a wild one in the Big Ten tournament. First half winding down, John Blackwell for the win, but it's no good. This game would go into overtime, and the Badgers were cooking in OT. Boyd had 38 points, but he's passing it off to Austin Rapp, who puts the Badgers up 5. Illinois would have a chance at double overtime. Keaton Wagler's shot is not going to fall as Wisconsin advances to the Big Ten tournament semifinals for the 3rd straight year. They will face Michigan tomorrow. I'll have full highlights and reaction from this one tonight at 10. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Join the conversation. Like us on Facebook.
You know what's on my mind? It's butt cold out here and I don't have any heat at home. Well, gotta have heat, Einstein. Up yours, smarty. I just don't know who to call.
Jacob said Chuck used the local company. The Primary Colors, the good one?
What?
What?
Huh?
Well, there's your sign.
Jeez Louise.
Moron. Hey, putz.
Call GNC.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Here at Carl's, you'll find the top name brand appliances.
During our Slam Dunk Savings event, save up to $2,000 instantly on major appliances. Plus, get up to $3,000 in vendor rebates. Purchase an LG 4-piece kitchen package and get this LG 55-inch TV free.
The hot buys are right here, right now at Carl's.
Save on Serta mattresses.
All TVs are on sale.
The spring grill shipments have arrived.
Carl's, your servicing dealer since 1956.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Well, for your travel conditions going north of I-90 to start, still going to be in the clear for much of Saturday, but once we get into Saturday night and most of Sunday, definitely do not want to be on the roads out there with the heavy snow and strong winds, likely not clearing up until Monday morning. If you're further to the south, you wait a little bit longer for the gross conditions to come in, although there is still that chance for freezing drizzle throughout the morning hours, but that snow and wind really ramps up as we go into Sunday evening. So overall, everyone's seen a lot of impacts with this, and of course, don't want to skip over it too much, but because of that snow on the ground, you're going to have much colder conditions going in, especially by Tuesday morning. A lot of us will be waking up to sub-zero temperatures, so we can't get rid of winter quite yet.
Look at that, a light at the end of the tunnel, back in the 50s.
50s, end of the week. Just got to get through this. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you tonight at 10.